Okay, so the first thing you'll want to do when tagging a document is within the plugin up here at the top right, go ahead and choose Fix-Ups. We will check all of these boxes except for the bottom one. And here next to invalid fonts, we're going to choose a very common font that can be found on most computers, Lotto Regular. And we will hit the Fix button. We'll give that just a second. And there we go. Fix-Ups are complete. At this point, you'll want to take all the unassigned objects and select graphic, convert these to graphic. So this is unassigned. I'll pull this down and choose graphic. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to toggle off any of these other checkboxes that I don't need, which are these scalable. Go ahead and turn all of these off and leave these columns checked, which is the visible and editable items. We'll leave those checked. Next, we'll go over to the front of this postcard and we'll need to decide which objects we want to lock down and which items we want to leave unlocked and editable. We'll start with this background image. I'll go ahead and choose this background image, and I do not want that to be editable, so I'm just going to turn the editable option off. Okay, so next I'll do this text. If I want to leave this editable, which I do, I'm going to choose, I'm going to toggle the selectable, and then I'm going to go over here to the content tab, and I'm going to toggle selectable there as well. Next are these colored bars. Obviously I want to lock these down, so I'm going to turn off the edit option here, and do the same for this blue bar. Turn that one off. So the front is basically ready to go. I'll move over to the back. Now logos will stay locked down, so we're going to turn this off. These are dynamically pulled using variables, which I'll get to here in just a second. This text here, we will go ahead and leave this editable, so I'll check the selectable, and then I'll go over to the content tab here and toggle selectable here as well. Okay, so next is this image. This will most likely be an agent photo, so we will make that selectable. Now with images, it's a little different. Over here in the content tab, you've got some different options here. We're going to check all of these except for require user content. You want to be sure not to check that one, or you're going to have some issues. Also with images, you'll want to jump over to the limits tab here and choose the scale type for images, which is fill frame proportionately. Next we have this blue box in the background. Obviously we want to lock that down, so I'm going to turn that one off. Same here with this blue box. Turn that off. This text will be editable, so I'll toggle that to be editable as well as selectable in the content tab like that. We'll leave this text editable as well, selectable, and let's see what else we got here. Postage box here, obviously that does not need to be editable. Okay, so we're pretty much finished with page items at this point. Now we need to jump over to the variables section. So you'll click here. What we're going to do next is apply variables to these objects. So the logo, for example, I'll select the logo. I'll pull this down, choose broker. You may have to do that a couple times. And then I will double click broker logo 1. We'll do the same thing with the contact information. Let me zoom in a little bit for this. I'm going to highlight the first name. And be sure to leave this space here. You do not want to select that space, otherwise that becomes a variable as well. So I just want to select the characters here. And we already have user chosen here, so I'm going to double click first name. There it is. Do the same thing with the last name. And the address, office address right here, we'll double click that. City. State, abbreviated. Zip code. Do the office direct phone. I believe email is back up here. Email. So all of this text here is now tagged. So let's go ahead and do the website. Okay, we're looking pretty good. So I'm going to turn validation back on to see if I have any errors here. I do have one. I have not set the template ID yet, the template alt ID. You can do that in the plugin here. Set template alt ID. This little box that pops up here. We will call this AMA for a marquee dash PC for postcard dash 001 for the version number. Okay, so I've got the green here, which means my validation is good, and I am ready to package this document, which is the last step. So I'll package it. I'll hit the create button. We'll let this go for a second. Alright, and now that you have the completed status here, you are done tagging this document and it's ready for upload.